Mr. Redden, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning?
Yes, I have been given one.
You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Before we continue with this video, I just need to leave this disclaimer. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not encourage any form of bullying, violent behavior, or abusive behavior. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we're going to be discussing about the black man that jumped at the white woman judge. So the judge that was a white woman, an elderly white woman because she's 60 years and above. I'm sure you've seen the video, but in case you've not, let's check it out.
We put him guilty. I hereby judge you guilty of attempt battery with substantial bodily harm.
I'm a person who never stops trying to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. And I just, you know, and I'm trying, and I never give up trying to do the right thing.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that you get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada.
Now, this guy was brought in because of he has been abusive towards some women. So I think one of his victims was his grandmother. So he has been hitting them, he has been beating them, and he was arrested and charges were brought against him. Now, before he jumped on the judge, he was already saying that he's a changed person, he's this, he's learning, he's trying not to be the way he was before. And the next thing, he just jumped like Puma on the judge. The judge and the other people that were there, after the whole thing, they had to seek medical attention, but the judge was fine, and she now asked for him to come back so that she can finish her sentencing. So he was brought back to the court for her to finish the sentencing like how she wanted to do before he jumped on her. And this time they took no chances. They barricaded his face, they tied his hand. See the amount of people around him. Like, if you try anything this time, you're going to see a whole lot of ass whooping. And they did not take any chances. Now, the judge continued with the sentencing of the previous charges that were brought against him. And she read out what she had already prepared to read out. So she sentenced him to, I think it was 4 years. And he had the option of parole. So if he was showing good behavior in prison, he was going to come out after 19 months. Now, after she had finished sentencing him for the previous charges, he was now transported to another judge because he was going to face charges for how he attacked the judge and the other officers in the courtroom.
Mr. Redden, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning?
Yes, I have been given one.
You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all battery on an officer, the same named victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any of the other victims named in the criminal complaint. Those are all felony offenses. Count 10, performance of act or neglect of duty and willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons of property resulting in substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony. Count 13, unlawful act related to human excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring on January 3rd of 2024. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, I understand.
Now, this new judge was out for him. Oh, see her reciting count 1, count 2, count 3. Oh my goodness. It was just like someone said she threw the book at him. Like they threw a lot of charges against him. It was just like she was just saying count. She was just talking. She was just citing the whole felony, this spitting, excrement, and then no. She also mentioned that he's being charged for throwing bodily fluid, excrement or something, and I was like, which one is excrement and bodily fluid? Apparently he spat on the judge and the other officers, so that is actually kind of an offense, because as we all know from COVID, infectious diseases can be spread through droplets in the mouth, through saliva droplets. So spitting on somebody is actually a risk. Well, only God knows what disease he might have, and that's why I was wondering why they covered his mouth in the 2 videos afterwards. That's after he came back, and then after he came back to the first judge, the judge that he jumped on. And then why his mouth was covered when he was in front of the second judge. Anyway, people had comments about the whole situation, so let's check out their comment.
And to that black man that jumped on that white judge, you would never see the light of day. Ever. Not only did you jump and beat up a judge, you jumped on a white woman. A white woman! And you know how it is in America when it comes to a black person beating up on a white woman. You're under the jail, buddy. Under the jail. Shantae, you may not stay. Sashay, away.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's a little bit, actually, it's a lot of bit weird how excited some of y'all are that that judge attacked that lady. Like, he's in there for repeated cases of domestic violence. She was correct. He did need to learn, and he did belong behind bars. And his reaction proved that every single time they let him out, the court was failing the women that he was assaulting. And y'all are acting like he's some kind of hero or like he was in the right. Like, the search has now become judge humbled by black man. There was nothing humbling about that. He's like never gonna see the light of day again. And that literally just proved the point that he belonged behind bars, and that every time he was free, the system was failing those women. Y'all are weird. And this is weird to watch. So, yeah.
I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
So in regards to that video of the man jumping and tackling the judge, I think what we really need to consider the sheer amount of athleticism that this man effortlessly displayed. You know, the way the cameras are cut, you can clearly see this man is behind a desk, computers on top of it, with people all around him. And you see when the judge got tackled, she was caught off guard. Barely had more than a second to react. So you're telling me this man was able to clear the desk so swiftly that the rest of the courtroom didn't even realize what he was doing, made it across the courtroom, and then made that leap like it was effortless. This man's athletic stats are max. His stealth stats are max. In another life, he would be tearing apart the Olympics. I don't know what he did, and I love being ignorant, so I'm not going to check into the court case. But with my ignorant observation of the entire situation, I say we start a petition to set that brother free. We need that sort of athletic talent on TV. Go ahead and follow me. Stay toxic.
I attacked a judge, and you'll never believe why he did it.
I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
I ain't never seen something like this. This man should have been a defensive end. He went to Las Vegas for a sentencing hearing after pleading guilty to attempted battery. Just before things went bad, his lawyer asked for him to get probation, and the judge would say the most disrespectful thing. Not with that track record. She said, I appreciate it, but I think it's time you get a taste of something else. There's no way he said, nah, F that, and then jumped at the judge. Nah, that's crazy. Be real, guys. Do you guys think probation's still out the question? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and follow for more.
But I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else, because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Baby, clutching my pearls. Saw this video going around, so I was like, let me see if I can find a longer clip. And it is absolutely crazy. And after reading the story and seeing the clip, I have some thoughts. 1, you can always count on misogyny to rear its ugly head. Yes, the NFL and gymnastics jokes, they are funny. But y'all saying that she deserves it because she was smack talking him and that's what she gets. 2, I'm laughing at y'all in the comments talking about what did he do that she would deny his bond because she mentioned his history. You're looking at it. That man was there on battery charges. Also home invasion, domestic violence. Like he was a full-time criminal. So I agree with the judge locking his ass up. But 3, after reading about the case, I did learn that he was diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia. Which just goes to show that the Black community, we need to start taking mental health more seriously. Because I have a feeling Deobra Redden, which is his name, was showing signs at a very young age. And imagine if he had mental health intervention. Maybe he wouldn't be jumping over judges' benches and punching them in the face. 4, what the hell was the police doing? Fire all of the security. Fire all of them. With that one guy in the back giving them cartoon punches like, me. Baby, you wasn't doing anything. Point 5. I hope the judge is okay, but y'all gotta start taking accountability for your actions. Yes, he had a mental disorder, but they tested him and said that he was able to stand trial. He was out on parole and not in jail, so that's why he was uncuffed in court. But he violated parole, didn't do what he was supposed to do. They gave him chance after chance. He kept messing up while his attorney is like, please give him one more chance. And the judge was like, no. He didn't like her answer. And we all saw what happened next. This was like the funniest, silliest, saddest shit I've seen in a minute. So I was like, whew, thoughts.
Convicted felon who just recently attacked a judge in Clark County.
I saw the video.
Insane. What are your thoughts on that?
I was actually shocked that this defendant managed to get as far as he did without somebody shooting him. But it probably happened in a second.
So fast.
That they, once he was there, there were too many people. But I was actually shocked that somebody managed to get as close to her and on top of her.
Now, here are my thoughts about the issue and some people's comments. Now, a lot of people were like, oh, a black man humbled a white woman, this, and I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that? Are you supporting this kind of behavior? It's a terrible behavior, and it is not a behavior that black men should actually want to champion, because already the black man in America is already disadvantaged. Now you all saying, oh, he humbled the white woman, when he clearly was a criminal. He had a history of violent behavior towards black women, and now he carried that into court when he's supposed to be sorry, when he's supposed to be reflecting on the action that he has done, and you people are supporting him, making jokes about the whole situation. And the situation is not a situation that black men, anybody is supposed to take lightly, because before you know it, there'll be a prejudiced behavior towards black men, especially when they're in court. The people will now be on a high alert and be like, okay, this person might try something. This man might try something just because he's black. And because some of you are taking it as a joke, you are trying to say, oh, he humbled a white woman, he humbled... What? Anyway, my thoughts about the whole situation. I don't know if he's going to ever come out of prison, because the way they were throwing the charges against him, but people are like, okay, that they are doing a lot, but it's just a few that will stick. But I don't know about that, because he did this violent behavior in a courtroom to a judge that is 60 years and also attack the other officers. What people are saying is that he might get like 25 years. I don't know. But any which way, he went from a possibility of 19 months to a possibility of 25 years. Just because he has not curbed his aggressive behavior, he has not curbed his violent behavior. Now, I saw somewhere where the sister was saying that he has mental health issues, that he has bipolar disorder. Now, I don't know if that is true, but if that is true, I hope he gets the help that he needs. And now that he's obviously going to prison, hopefully they would not be so angry about what he did and not try to get him the help. Like, I hope that he's going to see a therapist, he's going to see a psychiatrist while he's in prison. Now, if that is a lie, if that is not true, I hope his time in prison would change him. I hope God will use the time in prison. I hope God will use people that are in prison, that come to visit prison, or somebody to help him change his behavior, because he needs to change his behavior. You cannot be hitting people all the time, and you cannot be angry that you're not getting your way all the time. I don't know what his original charges were. I don't know the extent of the charges. I know it was violent behavior. He was violent towards some women and his grandmother. But I don't know what led to him attacking them. Maybe they refused him something, like how the judge said she's not giving him bail, or she's not allowing him to go on bail or something, and then he just jumped at her and started being aggressive. So I don't know, maybe they told him no, or told him something that they would not accept, they would not give to him or something, and he started attacking them. I don't know. But if that is a trait that he has, I hope he gets help in prison. I hope he's able to understand that you cannot get everything that you want, and you cannot respond in a violent manner. For goodness sake, I don't know. He went from 19 months in prison to almost 25 years. If people are right, I really hope he gets the help that he needs. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts about the whole situation. Do you think he acted in a way that black men, especially, I've noticed that it's black men that are really like say, oh, a black man humbled a white woman, oh yeah, he should be in NFL, he should not be doing that, and making jokes of it. Do you think he acted in a way that black men should be making jokes about? Do you think this whole situation is going to cause a lot of issues for black people, especially black men in the future? Because we already know the situation with black people in America. We already know the situation. And now, do you think this is going to even make it worse? Do you think the charges that were brought against him for his actions were a little too extreme? Do you think he's going to get the 25 years that people are talking about? Do you think he's never coming out of prison? Because the way a lot of the law enforcement officers and judiciary officers will be so annoyed and determined to keep him in prison, do you think he's ever going to come out? I would love to hear your thoughts about the whole situation. So please leave your comments in the comment section and let's get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.